Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about PSO2 Day and how to take full advantage of all of its free buffs. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing you should do the moment that you log in is to go to your systems over here and then go to get campaign items and receive item account. Everyone is going to receive 50 star gems as well as a bunch of goodies, so please make sure to pick that up. The next thing you want to do after you completed all of your weeklies and your dailies is going to be run the wetlands interception or the limited time quest as many times as you can. The reason for this is because, as you can see here, additional effects during this quest: EXP plus 20%, but the main one is rare drop rate plus 50%. This is by default. So as you can see in this screenshot, I literally ran with just my mag buff, my food buff, as well as the 50% buff, and I was getting a 100% rare drop rate. Now, if you're not a premium member, you'll still be able to get 90% rare drop rate without any boosters. So all you're using is the mag buff as well as the 50% boost, and you're good to go. Now, if you get the concert buff, that's an additional 10%, but basically it's a very good time to run a wetlands interception. The reason for this is because with this much rare drop rate, you are guaranteed 4 photon chunk A's and 2 photon chunk B's every single run. So it's a very easy way to stock up on a bunch of photon chunks, because you're going to need these in order to unlock your weapon potential level 6, which is a very big DPS increase. If you guys missed yesterday's video, I highly recommend watching it because I gained 2000 damage from just one single upgrade. And if you decide to use the older weapons such as the Christia or the Kaiser or the Koklofis weapons, they equally gain a lot of DPS because they actually gain more potency than the Neo A weapon. Neo A weapon actually only gains like 4% potency versus the other weapons which gain like 10+% potency, which is very big. However, do keep in mind, even though the potency percentage looks really big, the base damage on those weapons is lower than the Neo A weapon, which is why they needed to boost that much potency in order to scale it evenly so that all the other weapons are still viable. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is now is actually a very good time to spend your meseta on emotes as well as fashion. The reason for this is because of the Remnants Collection May 2023 as well as the Weapon Camo Collection May 2023. These two have a lot of very valuable items, such as the emote Starseed. This emote used to go for tens of millions of meseta. However, because it is available in the current scratch, it is significantly cheaper than normal. And this applies to a lot of motion dashes, motion glides, motion idols over here. There is a lot of stuff over here that you should definitely look at. There are even the weapon camos. So for example, the weapon camo that I used a lot, the Lacerating Sakura, is available over here. The wet and long hair as well, the Duelante hair, which is the current hairstyle that I rock. All of these are available in this scratch. So all of these items are significantly cheaper than they were before. The Duelante hair has actually gone down in price by 50%. It's still awfully expensive. If you check the prices, it's still 6 million because it's a very nice hairstyle, but back in the day it was going for 12, 15, 20 million. So if you compare the prices to that, this one is actually pretty reasonable. The Lacerating Sakura is actually a very good time to pick this up because it's down to 2 million, but the Lacerating Sakura is one of my personal favorites because it does apply to the katana as well as the rod, which are the two classes that I like to play a lot, so force as well as braver. However, the weapon camo that I'm currently using is the Uniwa over here. Now, unfortunately, this was not rerun, so it's still going for a lot of money, 10 million over here. But if it ever does do a rerun, you might want to pick it up because it does apply to more weapons over here, so there's more variety. But Lacerating Sakura is still a very good weapon camo if you want to pick that up. Now, that was just the items from the Remnants Collection of May 2023. In the Weapon Camo Collection over here, there are a ton of Gunblade weapon camos. So if you do play a Slayer or you main a Slayer, you might want to take a look at all of these weapon camos and see what you want. There's even some collab items such as the Hero's Holy Sword. So this one is actually a collaboration from Yakuza. And then there's also Goro Majima's Bat as well. So there are some collab items in this scratch. There's not a lot, but there are a couple. And there's a couple of old favorites favorites such as Kai's sniper rifle over here. I had this since day one, and this sniper rifle it's pretty nice, you know. I don't know how many Ranger mains there are out there, but this weapon camo looks very, very nice with a rifle. So in conclusion, please take advantage of PSO2 today, especially with the limited time quest, because you're going to be able to farm a lot of those photon chunks 2A as well as 2B. On top of that, the rare drop rate does affect the amount of tickets that you get as well as the Defi capsules, but the initial drop rate is so low that honestly I wouldn't go in with the mindset of, oh, I'm going to be farming for those tickets, because you're going to be extremely disappointed by the drop rate. I was running the LTQ earlier with a couple people that are running like 200% rare drop rate, and they were still getting only one ticket about every 10 runs. So, you know, that's a lot of rare drop rate. 200% rare drop rate requires you to use some of those expensive boosters, and every 10 runs getting one ticket is still awfully low. So I wouldn't go in with the mindset of, oh, I want to farm for these tickets. I'm pretty confident that when we get the Chaos Suppression limited time quest in 2 or 3 weeks time, that is probably going to be the one where we farm for tickets. The current limited time quest as well as the one that comes in next week are mainly just for farming photon chunks 2A and 2B. So just focus on those items because you're going to need a lot of them, especially if you are preparing for the next weapon that comes out. I highly recommend farming enough to get your potential level 6 on the main weapon that you use right now, and then farm a little bit extra for the future weapons that will be coming in next month.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.